Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series, and I would like to welcome you today to the writing journey, where we inspire and encourage each other in the craft of writing. Today we'll talk about what a writer needs to write. We'll be right back. In previous episodes, we've looked at various resources and aids for writers. Today, I'd like to focus on what a writer needs to write. Now, before I start, let me encourage you to subscribe to my channel, The Writing Journey. Ring that bell for notification for future videos. Also, please follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and my Amazon author page. So, what does a writer need to write? Well, I would say one thing is that a writer should be a reader. Read, read, read. Reading fuels the imagination. I've always loved reading. I learned how to read when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and I read just about every book I could get my hands on. Some of them probably not what a young child should have been reading, but I read. I was a frequent flyer at the school library, the public library, the bookmobile. As an adult, as a young mother, I would take our children to the library. We would come back home with bags full of books, and I would read. I would let my children see me reading for pleasure. So, reading. You know, I heard of someone who wanted to be a writer, and she wasn't sure what genre to write in. So another writer asked her, well, what do you like to read? Oh, I don't like to read. I think she's going to find it hard to write. You've got to read, 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 and read some more. And don't do it as a duty. Reading is fun. It's relaxing. It's exciting. Depends on what you're reading. Reading gives me fodder for that what-if thinking. I love romantic suspense, Christian romantic suspense. That's mostly what I read. I do read some romance, adventure type stories, and I will read that and then I will get the what if. Well, what if I had a story where my character did this? What if in my story, John kisses Mary and Mary slaps him? No, wait, that's too predictable. What if John kisses Mary and Mary's brother walks in? You get the idea. What ifs? Reading provides a guide for the genre that you're going to write in. I like to read Christian romantic suspense. So, my first novels are Christian romantic suspense. That's just what I really enjoy, so I enjoy sharing that with my readers. Next thing that a writer needs is to have a story to tell or something to say. For instance, in nonfiction books, they have something they feel like somebody needs to know, like in a how-to book or a cookbook. Maybe they are a first-hand witness to an event in history, or stories about people they've admired, biographies, something to say. Some people are sharing something personal, deep and personal to their heart. Fiction, a story to tell. This is where you're allowed to make up stories, but you're writing it down so that you can share that story with somebody else. Because really, isn't that what we're doing? We're storytelling. And then we need a way to tell it. Some people actually like to write their stories out by hand. That's where journaling can come in handy for those who perhaps you want to write, but you're not really sure about a story yet. A lot of people like to journal. I'm afraid I'm kind of lazy in the handwriting area, so I don't really get into the writing longhand anymore. In fact, I do as little handwriting as I can get away with. I like to do my writing on the computer. There I can type it up, and believe me, I can type it a lot faster than I can handwrite it, and it'll be a lot more legible. You can also record it. For those who perhaps don't like to write, and you can type, but maybe you're not very good at it. Maybe yours is more the hunt and peck method. I have a few family members like that. Tried to get them to learn how to type. They insisted their way was faster. I have to laugh at them. I think I challenged them to a typing duel. They turned me down. But anyway, for those who perhaps don't like to write longhand, you don't want to type, but you do want to get that story down, record it. Use a handheld recorder, or there are programs for the computer like Dragon, Naturally Speaking. You just put that on, fix your mic, or you can have a mic in front of you, tell your story. And you can actually see it being typed on the screen as you tell. Now, the Dragon there's a learning curve, so you have to teach it what you actually mean. But after a while, it will learn. It'll pick up on your words. It'll pick up on what you're saying, even if before it had a problem with it. And then you can always go back and tweak the grammar and spelling and punctuation. As writers, maybe we write for the fun of it. It is fun to make up stories and tell them. We write because we have something inside that needs to be told, that needs to get that message down, that story down. We can fuel that with reading, and then let it go and write. You have a great week.